Okay, Kushagar, thanks a lot and welcome on Your PD Education.
Hi, sir. It's pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here.
Okay,
I've
great.
heard a lot about your PD and I'm actually following you as well.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah, good to see
So,
you and interact with
great.
you.
Yeah, Kushagar, you are presently doing fellowship program in management. So we will know in detail about that. And you are also
Yeah.
graduate in mechanical engineering from BIT Misra. So your journey so
Right.
far, I was just interacting with you before this recording. So your journey is quite impressive. So I'm very sure like there will be so many informations, so much information which you will share with us today. It is going to help many students who aspire to be in a fellowship program of in management in prestigious institutes like IIMS. So I start now from you, Kushagar. I want first your brief introduction, like from which part of India you are and when did you graduate, and what after graduation you have done some job also, and you are saying your interest in education domain, and then why you decided for fellowship program in management, and where you are pursuing and which department you are pursuing.
Sure, sir. So I belong to Ranchi. First of all, my introduction, I belong to Ranchi. It's being cricket maniac. I guess everyone knows that it's Dhoni's
Dhoni.
city.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I belong to Ranchi, and then I have done my engineering from BIT Meshra, as you said.
Great. Hmm.
It was my mechanical engineering. I had decently done well. I was there as well. I had research papers in my engineering domain as well as outside engineering domain in the education sector domain, like how to impact, to have contribution in education sector.
Great.
So after that, I had my work experience with so on-campus job was in Volvo Eicher, but then I switched to Byju's. I worked
Okay.
with Byju's, Upgrad, and IMS Learning. So in the edtech sector. So my interest in edtech education came right from college itself, from the second year when I started writing my book, which got published in the final year of engineering.
Okay.
And yeah, it's through New Age International Publishers. And then also I was writing research papers. So there was a program run by state government Rajasthan. It was a young Indian program where 75 students got selected from all over India, and I was one of them. And my topic was Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. So culminating all the interest from writing the book to researching about Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and all, my interest and passion grew more towards education sector. So in the sense, in research sector, I was there in the sense I was the only student in mechanical batch to get the UGC fellowship in my batch, and then. And had presented and published research papers in the national event as well.
Okay.
So in that journey, my interest was more towards education. I had some I so I honestly, I studied on education loan, so there was something like I had to pay off my loan as well. For that I did actually a part-time job as well while I was studying. Plus, the interest was there in the sense. When I started working with the startups like Byju's, how to so where how the decision making skills are applied in different dynamic environments. So that interest started to grow up, and hence there's a particular interest of PhD in strategic management. So my domain is strategic management, wherein I am doing my research from IIM Kozhikode. So I got selected in IIM Kozhikode recently. That's the short journey that I have gone through till now. And
Okay.
recently, last year, I was conferred with a global foundation from Global Foundation of Education and Leadership as the top 100 education leader as well.
Okay, that's great, and
So
congrats
yeah,
for
that's
that.
the
Okay. So Kushagar,
thank you, sir.
how it is
Thank you.
conferred, who confers it, and how it is given? This award which you mentioned.
So in the sense it happened. So this happened. I was contacted through LinkedIn, and then so they did. And then there were some recommendations that was given about me to them, and also then they took an interview as well as they made me write 5 to 6 essays, and then the final. So their shortlisted was top 300, and then about through process they selected the top 100
Great, great.
amongst them.
So, Kushagar, on the basis of your brief introduction which you have given, I have certain queries which I want to discuss with you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah. So my first question is like you got placed in a Volvo, but you prefer to be in educational domain, like you preferred Byju's, and then you said some other companies also you worked in. My question to you, it
Yes, sir.
was a little difficult decision, right? Because people normally they think of okay, getting into
Right.
industries and not education. So was it purely because of your temperament that you decided to be in this?
Yes, sir. I would say so. There were two reasons, sir. One was, I guess, I would say to my family, where a lot of emphasis is given on education in
Okay.
our family. In the sense, so it's like it's bread and butter for us.
Okay.
And second, second, you said it well that it automatically comes to me. It's a domain of interest for me. So to
Okay.
contribute, to have an impact. I guess when I was in Delhi as well, I was taking part-time free tuitions in the evening after I was coming after work. So yeah, it automatically comes to me. I feel that education is the so my role model is Dr. Late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and in his own words, he said that education is the only torch that can light any darkness. So
Yes.
I try to follow that. I try to follow that. If we all can contribute and have some impact on the society, so
Hmm.
that thinking and that direction and motivation is there within me, which directs me towards this sector to have an impact.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Okay, that's really good, Kushagar, because you have set a really good example that you should pursue the career of your temperament and interest, not rat race. You should not join the rat race. You should pursue the career
Yeah.
in which you are interested. Now, my second question to you is how you decided that you want to be in a fellowship program in management and you want to pursue PhD immediately after graduation.
So it was, I would say, rather, it was not a decision just after my college that I need to do PhD in strategic management. But the thing was, I need to be in the academics career. That was for sure.
Okay.
So while I was while I was getting the work experience, so I guess I have more than 5 years of experience
Okay.
in that duration. I got to know about hands-on experience right from the scratch to leading teams to taking decisions. Those all mattered, and it came to me that because in a startup environment or in any dynamic environment, because I was reporting to either director or the chief learning officer in the organization. So how they take decisions, that was important to me, and how it impacts the all kind of learners. When because as I wanted to be in the academics career, I want to be in the teaching line. Sorry. So how this functions. So that question started coming to me right when I started journey from Byju's. So that actually motivated me to pursue to look for programs which has this holistic approach. I was looking programs only in India, not abroad. So hence this was the PhD, now called as PhD program. It was so initially called as FPM. Now after the IMF, it is called the PhD program. So but better again known as FPM. So this program was the best fit that which aligned to my vision and to my source of to my area of interest as well. So that's why. That's why.
Okay.
So, and
So
I've been
quick.
planning. So yeah, I've been planning. As I'm so sorry, sir. So yeah.
Go ahead, please.
No, so in the sense, I was planning for this. As I said, a strategic management area again is a difficult area to get through in IIMs, because
Yes.
there are various experienced professionals who also apply. So I would not say that it was my first attempt in which I got through. I applied last year as well. So it has been there. It's the journey. So last year I got rejected. This year I made it
Great,
through.
great,
So
great.
that's how it is.
So Kushagar, my next question is like, why strategic management only? There are so many courses, you could have taken as a mechanical engineer, like operation management is also there, and behavioral management is
Right.
also so many courses. So why only strategic
Right.
management?
So, sir, this totally is dependent on the work environment that I got, and which cultivated that interest in me. So in the sense, for example, if let's say a decision is to be taken of what duration the video should be. So my analytical approach, my whole holistic approach was not only just to have the interest areas of what the students would like or what the presenters would like when they are presenting the videos, but then having an overall strategic approach of how to take the decisions that this concrete decision in a dynamic environment. So these questions were answered in the strategic management area. So that's how I chose strategic management area. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Kushagar, what we know is like if you want to pursue fellowship management, fellowship program in management, or now it is called PhD in IIMS, then you can do it either from
Yeah.
CAT or through GATE. So, you were from CAT side or you were from GATE side? And strategic management, may how you can do?
Yeah, so sir, I applied through CAT. I had a decent score in CAT as well. I did not give GATE.
GATE exam. Okay.
So there are different exams that you can take. Not only CAT, GATE, you can take GRE, GMAT as well.
Okay.
For not only for strategic management areas. So it depends on few specific IIMs as well. So it depends actually. You need to go to the IIM website and specifically what scores they are looking for in each area. For example, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, they take IIM Bangalore itself has their IIMB test. So they also take students, they consider that score as well while shortlisting for interviews. And IIM Kozhikode as well take that score, IIMB test score.
Okay.
So there are different kinds, different tests that you can take to get into different areas. So for strategic management, of course, CAT and CAT is there. And GRE, GMAT is also, of course, there in lieu of CAT, which you can take. If you have done your MBA from an IIM, then you are not you are exempted from taking the entrance test. So specifically, you have to do the MBA program from IIMs, and I'm talking specifically about PhD programs at IIMs. So they exempt you from taking that test. And if you get through, and if your performance is good in the interviews, and your MBA performance was also good in the IIMs, then they exempt you from the first year. So in strategic management area, I am kind of one of the youngest, I can say, getting through without a master's degree. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, what I understand is, Shagar, because your CGPA was very good. Can you please again tell us what was your CGPA in BTech?
I'm so sorry.
Your
So your
CGPA,
voice
your
got
graduation
broken.
marks, your graduation CGPA.
Okay, my graduation marks was 86.8%.
So I think for fellowship
86.8%.
or PhD, it is very important that you should have very good academic background. Understand, if you have very good academic background,
Yes.
then they will not induct you. That is what my understanding is. Right?
It depends. Yeah, it is there. So in the sense, the IIMs do prefer a good academic background.
Yes.
However, the eligibility criteria is greater than equal to 60% for most areas.
Yes.
But then a good score really helps in 10th, 12th, and and in the graduation as well.
Okay. So Kushagar, now my next point to you is like, how important is a research proposal or statement of purpose which you are to write at the time of application? How important is that?
It's really important, sir. I guess it's the make or break for your application. In the sense, if we are not helping your SOP, so I would tell my journey. I started writing SOP, let's say January. Mostly the deadlines are in January, December, January. So I started thinking about my SOP right from June, July. In the sense, because that SOP is the only thing that we are going to defend in the interview.
Yes.
And it will not be like you will be given much time to defend it. So you have to be on your on the sharpest of your minds and on your toes to defend it in the 20-25 minutes that we get for the what they take the interview for in that duration. So you have to be very, very thorough through your SOP. So whatever you are writing, you have to think through and how you are writing, how you are presenting yourself, and in that the research proposal. So as I said, I was thinking about decision making, dynamic capabilities, strategic environment. So you need to know those concepts as well. They will not they may ask you questions on thorough concepts on your domain, but then they will judge you on your SOP as well. So it should reflect your research interest, research instinct, and
Okay.
The temperament that you can face that rigor. So
Mhm.
that should start right from writing your SOP. And SOP is the thing which everyone looks for. In the sense, when I was writing, I read it so many times that I was like, I knew where the full stop is, where the comma is in my SOP
Okay.
before going in the interview after writing it. So
Okay.
that's how much
Now,
important
okay,
it is.
Kushagar, can you, for the benefit of students, can you tell if student does not know how to write SOP? Can you tell how to organize it? I mean, what should be written, if you can tell briefly, and which part of SOP is the most important?
Okay, so I will specifically align this thing to the PhD in IIMs, because see, an SOP is an objective-oriented thing that we write.
Yes.
So it totally depends on where we are applying. So if I am applying to PhD in IIMs, and specifically it has to be different for different IIMs as well, because there will be different professors and different research interests of different professors as well. So you need to align your interest. You need to align your interest with the institute that you're applying to as well. So your SOP will mostly have three things. One is your objective of why you want to do this. Second is how your journey has led up to this thinking. And third is finally why you are applying to this particular institute, so that this institute can, or this particular course can help you. So if these three things you are clear on while writing, and you should practice it actually, in the sense, for one paragraph or two paragraphs that you have written, you should ask yourself, is this the thing that is actually there? So if we are portraying something and trying to be different, then I must say you should practice it right from 8 to 10 months before, because it gets automatically reflected through your body language, through whatever you are thinking. So it must be very true instincts that you are writing in your SOP. Apart from all these three, the honesty is the thing that you should,
Okay.
that the
Okay.
students should. I'm not
Okay.
saying you,
Okay.
but that the students should.
So, Kushagar, when you said that you want to go for strategic management, what was the most convincing point you mentioned in your SOP, that is the reason you want to go for strategic management? What was that point?
I would say, sir, the dynamic environment that I worked in, and the impact that I had with my work. So, in the sense, when I was working with Byju's, when I was working with Upgrad, and while I was working with IMS Learning as well, I had large number of projects that I handled. So, all the research papers that I had written, or the academic interest that I had, the books and all those I tried to relate and reflect in my work in these organizations. So in that two or three lines, it was I portrayed this, and I actually did this. So it automatically actually when you do this hands-on, you know that your writing will also reflect that. And I guess this was the major point, uh, or I should say, honestly, sir, it was not exactly, I would say, one point. It was again about the fellowships that I had done, because there were questions on in the interviews around it as well. So yeah,
Okay.
culminating everything. In the sense, my core interview, they asked about my final year project. So we did a pedal powered washing machine project, and we fabricated it as well. And the questions were from all around the tangent. Actually, you cannot also think of it what they will ask. So
Great.
yeah,
Okay.
that's how it is.
Kushagar, this is because the management is a fellowship program. So I believe students from different departments must be there in strategic management also. So do you have other graduates also in strategic management other than engineering, or engineering other branches, something like that?
Sir, fortunately, in each domain, they select one or two students. Here, I and one more person is selected, and the other person has joined directly in the second year.
Okay.
I am Lucknow pass out
Okay.
in 2012 batch, I guess, more
Okay.
around that.
Okay. Okay.
So I would say I am the only one right now here in
Okay.
strategic department.
Uh,
So and in other domains, in operations, you get few engineers, but yes, they select. There are people who have done masters in MPhil, and then commerce people are also there. In the research area, in the research interest that they have, if you can defend that, then anyone can get into any area, I feel, because it's totally depends on how much you are interested in that research area and how strongly you can contribute to that particular domain. So in different IIMs as well, in sense not only in IIM Kozhikode, in all the old IIMs or the new IIMs, the background matters still. In the sense, if you are not able to defend your background, then anything is not.
Okay,
You
Kushagar,
cannot do it. So yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that the intake is so less, so hence you cannot say that this particular. I cannot say that this particular branch is preferred or something like that. If they see that you can contribute to that domain and you have that strong interest backed up with your experience, they will take it.
Okay, Kushagar,
That's how I feel.
student have one thing in their mind, that what is the career after you complete your doctorate from IIMS? Then what is the career other than teaching? Teaching is also one natural choice there, but other than teaching, can
Right.
students go for corporate world also, or entrepreneurship also?
Of course, it's not at all a binding thing that you need to be in the teaching line. It's always preferred because you're investing your precious 3 to 5 years and you've changed you wanted to get into PhD to be in the teaching line. But then there are people who have their own ventures as well. They have done entrepreneurship. They have gone back to industry as well. They have worked for different large sector banks. I know people who have worked with world banks as well. So it totally depends on your interest area. If you feel like that you want to get back into corporate, you can contribute more. So in a sense, PhD, it's all about giving you a perspective, a very holistic perspective about life and how to have an impact. So if you feel like rather than being in the teaching and you can have an impact from other verticals, you are absolutely free to do so. It's not at all binding in that. And there are scope, and there people have done it before. People are there. I knew personally few people who are there in the industry after doing PhD. So yeah, so it's not at all binding. It's just my interest area that I want to be in the academic sector and the teaching line. Yeah.
Okay, Kushagar, now two things, like what is the scholarship in this particular course offered, and how much is the duration of this?
Okay, so first I would like to answer the duration part. So it will be approximately 4.5 to 5 years minimum for a person. And if you are, as I said, if you are done your MBA from IIM and if you have performed well there, you can be exempted from the first year. So your duration, that particular person's duration gets down to 3.5 to 4 years. Normally it is 4.5 to 5 years. Secondly, about the scholarships, it's a monthly stipend which varies from 33,500 to 37,500 in the first year, and it grows. So after your comprehensive, there is an additional 2,500. So for IIM Kozhikode, we get 35,000 for the first year. There are different times which pays 33,500, 32,000. So I'm giving a range of the first year stipend, and the second year stipend it rises up to 40,000, and then your accommodation is covered. You get a free accommodation from the IIMs, and then you also get your contingent grant, your research expenses, mostly conference grant. You also get conference grant, one international and one national, or maybe if your performance is good, you can get other conference grants as well. And contingency grant takes care of your laptops and other research access printouts or whatever it is. So they cover everything to make you comfortable for this 4.5 to 5 years.
Okay, so Kushagar, my last question to you is, like, there are some students who are very good in academics. Their CGPA is good, but their competitive exam score is not very good. Like GATE is not very good, CAT is not very good, GR is not very good. Its score is not very high. Can they think of getting into FPM or PhD?
It depends on how low is the score, or how so it is the selection is not totally based on the score. the shortlisting happens totally based on application, your SOP, your 10 12th, your work experience. So I know people who have been rejected at 99 percentile. I have been selected at 90 percentile as well, but the 90 percentile person had strong work experience, like 10 years of work something like that.
Okay.
So, and if you're a fresher, you should have a good score. You should actually think about it's never like that. People do get low scores in the second attempt. They get a reasonable score to actually secure your shortlisting thing from the institute.
So my question was also related to your job experience. Is job experience one of the important parameter in the selection in FPM?
It depends on the areas where you are applying. Strategic management, you it is always preferred that you have a work experience.
Okay.
But in operations, in finance, there are people who have got through as a fresher as well. Okay. So it depends on areas, because it is again institute dependent. But then yeah, people do get through. So I would say overall application as a thing is the matter of it helps in shortlisting.